Hi guys, it's JG here with EARTH-5D University, back for another teaching. Excuse the surf hair, kind of surfy mood. It's Labor Day weekend. This is a timeless teaching. So yeah guys, I'm excited to connect today. Behind me here, it's the Dendera Temple complex that's still standing in Egypt, and it's the last goddess temple still standing that's dedicated to Hathor. So one day, hopefully soon, I'm going to be taking a group of people there to connect with this Hathor energy, which was the predecessor before the Isis energy, goddess Isis. So it's kind of exciting, and anyway, so that's a side note. Today I wanted to talk about something kind of cool for Labor Day weekend, I think, and that is joy. I wanted to talk about joy. So joy is really underrated in our culture, right? It's like there's actually, sometimes it looks like there's something wrong with you, right? If you're walking around with a smile, people are like, what's wrong with you? Like, wipe that smile off your face, right? And so many times people aren't accustomed to having joy in their life. But I really strongly believe that it is joy. It is the joy we bring to someone or something that creates and manifests in the highest dimension. And you know, we are here to experience joy. We're not here to suffer. We're here to experience joy. And so I'm excited today to talk about what that might mean in your own life. So I'll share a story. Before I moved to Florida, now going on 5 years ago, I was working in Chicago. I was commuting 2 hours a day to the big city. From a suburb, and I worked in basically a cubicle. And you know, my quality, I had a nanny raising my kids, and you know, I wasn't living like fully present to my life or to my joy. And you know, there came a day where I just couldn't take it anymore, and I decided to make, you know, a radical change. And some of you know that my kid's dad and his wife followed us down here, and you know, it turned out to just be like a very beautiful situation. And so whatever situation you feel like you're stuck in, following your joy it's an actual thing. It's a thing to follow your joy. It's not like horse poo or something, you know, it's the real deal. So you can create a life for yourself by making changes. So it's the intention though to follow your joy that actually creates it in the physical reality. So when you want to do anything, try to connect with the joy of it. So if you're not joyful about something, you know, and if you don't feel inspired by it, as our consciousness grows, we're going to be like getting closer and closer to wanting to create everything from that place of joy. You know, we want to be like, for instance, this morning I got up and I went for a surf because the ocean's right there, you know, and that brings me joy. So that makes my life very full. This is about rediscovering what makes you joyful. And if you're in a place where you're like very disconnected from what makes you happy, then that's okay. That's okay. You can ask spirit, like, hey, is this gonna make me happy? Is this gonna bring me joy, or is it not? And what you want to do is to start to ask yourself that, am I joyful? Do I have enough joy in my life? Because it should be more than 50% joy, you know? It should be more than that. So we should at least be at like 80 joy if we were looking at a fun meter. So let's see, what else did I want to say about that? So a lot of people think that the spiritual journey is about suffering and struggle. And I don't believe that that's true. I think that the spiritual journey is about learning that you don't have to suffer, and it's about joy. And so whatever makes you joyful, you know, give yourself permission to experience that. It takes a lot of strength to be in harmony with your life's purpose, because there's a lot of pain that humans have suffered. And I talk about that a lot, because we can't raise ourselves. We're so helpless when we're born, right? We can't like pop out and raise ourselves, so we're dependent on other humans. So we carry around a lot of scars, and we have to get through some of those scars. We have to heal some of those wounds and get through some of those scars in order to really experience what joy really means. So it's a lifelong process, right? But I just encourage you guys today just to begin to think about what it would be like to align your life with expansion and joy. When I moved from Chicago to Florida, I didn't really have a plan other than trusting that I had to come here. I knew where I needed to go. Spirit was pretty explicit about that. I knew where I needed to go. But I didn't know, for instance, like I was contracting, so I convinced my boss to let me transition to like a contracting role here. And so I did that for a while. But there was a lot of things that I didn't know. And it's just by faith and trust. So sometimes in order to get that joy, you have to take some risks, and that's okay. It's good to take risks, right? It's good to stretch out of your comfort zone. So I just invite you today to think about what joy is in your life, and is there enough of it, and how can you add more, and not suffer. So the happier you are and the more joy-filled your life is. I mean, this is what Joseph Campbell meant by follow your bliss. And for so long, I'm like, I don't even know what makes me happy. So if you don't know what makes you happy, be open. Just intend for joy and ask Spirit to guide you. I mean, I grew up in a Chicago suburb, and I learned to snowboard. I learned to surf, all those things. Now I'm learning, playing around on the skateboard. I learned all these things later in life, just following what I thought was joyful. I never picked up a tarot deck in my life until Spirit's like, hey, why don't you start a tarot channel? I'm like, oh, okay. So, and I enjoy it because I enjoy the images, and I enjoy the feel of it. So just be open. So I wish for you today, guys, joy. I wish for you happiness. I wish for you excitement. And if you need help getting in touch with these aspects of yourself, let me know. You can hit me up for a private reading. I'm happy to help. Or you can hit me up for a private coaching session. Happy to help you, all right? So that's it for today. And I love you guys. If you haven't checked out my tarot channel, I'll list it here, and then I'll also list my website here. You can find me. All right, guys. Lots of love. Bye for now.